How to insulate interior walls using lined panels. Difficulty level 2 hammers. Fiberglass wool is an excellent thermal insulating material, extremely good value for money, and is perfect for insulating the inside of your home. The inside wall of your home can be finished using plasterboard on top of a fiberglass wall layer. The plasterboard can have a standard or waterproof finish, depending upon the nature of the room. You will need rolls of fiberglass wool, special fiberglass wool adhesive tape, plasterboard, plasterboard screws, board support clips, support track, midway supports, a roll of expanding foam tape, and some nylon hammer fixings. You will need a tape measure, a pencil, a rule, a spirit level, a box cutter, a chalk marking line, a plasterboard lifter, a drill, a concrete drill bit, a hammer, and cutting pliers. You should wear safety boots. Place your rule and spirit level against the window frame and mark your starting point on the ground. Measure the thickness of the window frame and adjust the mark accordingly. Using a plasterboard offcut, mark the fixing point for the board support clip. Do the same for all the other window frames. Finally, use the chalk marking line to draw the line for the board support clips. Place the rule and spirit level on your mark on the ground and draw a corresponding starting point on the ceiling. Mark an identical corresponding line at the other end. Then use the chalk marking line to draw the line for the board support clip on the ceiling. Fix the horizontal support track halfway up the wall or at about 1.35 m if the ceiling is high. Drill fixing holes every 25 cm in the joints between the brickwork if the wall is made of hollow breeze block. Then fix the support track in place using nylon hammer fixings. Stick expanding foam tape onto the ground and ceiling board support clips. Place the support clips on top of the chalk mark and drill every 50 cm. Insert nylon hammer fixings and nail them into place. Do the same thing for the ceiling board support clips, fixing them in place using plasterboard screws. Drill and fix midway supports every 60 cm using nylon hammer fixings. Where there is a window, leave a gap of 10 cm from the frame. Measure the height of the room to be insulated from the ground to ceiling and add 2 cm. Cut the fiberglass wool panel to fit and put it in place, making sure that you push it firmly on top of the midway supports and that it sits snugly behind the board support clips. If the midway supports are too long and touch the support track, cut the ends off. Measure the height of the room from ground to ceiling and cut the support track to fit. Cut the support track to fit, then locate it within the board support clips. Locate the midway support fixing, clip the support track in place and adjust it using a rule, then lock it in position. Measure the gap between the two support tracks around the window and cut a new support track to fit. Locate the joining clips in position and attach the horizontal rail. Once the rail is attached, screw it into the framework of the window, using a piece of plasterboard to check the screw is correctly positioned. Measure the gap between the ground and the window and add 2 cm. Cut the fiberglass wool panel to fit and push it into place to complete insulating the area around the window. Use tape to seal the joints between the fiberglass wool panels in order to complete the insulation. Add the midway support clips, attach the support tracks, and screw them in place every 60 cm. Do the same thing above the window to complete insulating the area around it. Then finish adding the wall insulating panels. Put the plasterboard into position and align it with the ceiling and the preceding plasterboard panel using a plasterboard lifter. Then screw the plasterboard to the support tracks every 25 cm and repeat all the way along the wall. Measure the space for the last plasterboard panel. Mark the measurements on the plasterboard. Using the box cutter, score the plasterboard and then snap and cut along the line to separate the two pieces. Insert the final piece into place and screw into position as before. For the corner, cut the piece to fit using the height and width measurements you already have. Cut the plasterboard to fit and position it in place as before. Once the plasterboard is in place, all you have to do is make sure everything is waterproof before adding render and wall coverings.